Hello, everyone. We're just going to give another minute or two here to ensure everyone has joined. My name is Cesar. I'm a senior manager at Maxsold, and I'll be going through our tools with you. If you have any questions, feel free to send them in chat or send them through the Q&A feature. Either one works. I will be looking at both. So I'm just pulling them up here. That way I have them handy. Okay, so just a couple more seconds there and we will get started. All right, there we go. I just setting everything on silent. There we go. All right, perfect. Well, first, thank you for taking the time to join me today. I'll go ahead by start by sharing my screen here. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to send them on the chat or the Q&A feature. More than happy to go through anything you may need assistance with. I'll cover the basics, but again, if you have any questions on the other features, let me know. We'll cover it. Okay, so let's see here. Share my phone. All right, so I'm going to share my phone. So, and you should be able to see my screen now. Okay, so here is the app. The first thing, don't pay no mind to the fruits. We can't sell fruits. This is just internal testing that we're doing. So let's pretend we don't see that. The first thing you will see is the bidder section. Here you see all the auctions near you, items that might be related to what you're looking for. But the main thing you would like to do is click on sell on the top left. Once you click sell, it's going to take you to a login screen or start selling. Click on start selling. If you don't already have an account, go ahead and create an account. I will show you what that looks like. Here it is, seller access. So I would click on create a seller account. And then you go through all the prompts there. It will send you a code and then it will get you into your account. So let me just go ahead and put in my email here. Use password. I personally prefer passwords. There we go. Okay, first thing you're going to see is if you have an auction live, it's going to be on the very top. This is just a mock auction, not a real one. So just to show you what it looks like. So if I click on it, I will be able to see the bids, the lots, the views, the sell-through, and also how long it's left for it to end. In this case, of course, it's a fake auction, so we have it for 247 days. Normally, we recommend anywhere from 7 to 12 days online, really depending on your timeline, your client's deadline, all of that good stuff. Okay, back to the dashboard. So if you're starting an auction, first thing you're going to do is click on start a new sale. Seller manage. It's always going to be seller manage. If you're going to be doing running a partner manage or, a seller manage as well. Here, you would put your postal code or zip code wherever you're located and follow the prompts. Okay, so that's how you create a catalog. So now, let me see here. So what would you need to know in the settings? Settings, everything is good as default. I will leave it as is. The one thing I would look into is let's see here. What is it called here? We have it called low data mode. See, it's right here. Click it on, click it off. So the only time you want to flick this on is if you're in an area with, the service is not as great. Best way to try this out is going to YouTube. If the videos are just buffering, go ahead and turn that low data mode on. What that does is that it's not going to be constantly synchronizing. You're manually going to have to click that button. That's the main thing that it does. Okay, so let's go back here. And other than that, I wouldn't worry about anything else. You may have seen some extra features on mine just because I am under the admin account. But other than that, it's all pretty basic, and I would leave it as default. Okay, so you created your auction. Now you're thinking, all right, how do I get to it? Well, you just click on manage your sales. You're going to be able to track your auction down by either the address. If you have multiple auctions, multiple clients, multiple locations, you can track it down by that. Okay, and you just click on it. And normally it's going to be blank. So let's pretend mine is blank, right? And you're thinking, okay, well, I have a team with me. How do I add a team? Well, you just click on share. And if anyone has that account up and they want to join my test catalog, feel free. If you want to test it on your own time, that's completely fine too. You can just go ahead and create a new catalog. Don't worry about it and play around with it. So there it is. I'll put this in the chat in case anyone wants to join. And if not, that's okay too. 13526. This is the ID and 265388707. Oh, of course, I wasn't typing. 13526. There we go. ID and then 265388707. Again, you don't have to join, but it's there if you want to join. Okay, so that's how you share. And you're probably wondering, okay, well, then how do I join? Well, that's actually a good question. So if you're a team member and you're looking to join a catalog, you're just going to click on join an existing sale. And if you're on location with the person that created the catalog, you can use the QR code. And if not, you can just use the ID and PIN that I shared on chat there. Okay, so let's get back to the auction. So you're ready to start cataloging. So let's go ahead and click on add a lot. These are a lot of options, and it could be overwhelming if this is the first thing you see. The good news is that the bottom three are going away. They're legacy. So I wouldn't even bother clicking on them. I'll go through them a little bit on the streamline. So let's just keep this in mind. Manual cataloging, smart cataloging, and photo only mode. We'll put that in the back of our mind somewhere, and I'll pull it up eventually. You'll see. But if you don't get this option, and when you click on add a lot, it goes directly to the photos, like to take photos, that's perfect. You're already on our new streamline process. The reason why some might not be is because we have only released it to 40 to 50% of our users. It's a new feature. We're slowly pushing the team or the clients into the streamlines. You know, we don't want to push them, just slowly. So that's why some will have it, some won't. But we all want to be using it. So for those who don't have it and have all these options, just need to worry about the recommended one. All right, so let's get to it here. So what we're gonna do now, and you know, if you're with me on the same catalog, feel free to go ahead and start taking photos of whatever's around you. Streamline. The main thing I'm gonna say, and this is if you take anything away from this webinar, is this. Well, hopefully everything else, but this, the first 5 photos, the most important ones, if you don't want to add extra clicks, extra work for yourself later. First 5 photos, the most important one. First photo, overall photo of your lot. You know, all your items in one photo for the lot. Second photo, details, markings, hallmarks, brands. Third photo, fourth photo, and fifth photo, same thing. So focus on detailed photos. Second, third, fourth, and fifth, detailed photos. So try and capture as much information as possible of those items, because that's where the AI is going to analyze that information and generate your titles and description. Okay, so let's get started here. I will have a couple locks set. So I'm going to click on streamline. Okay, streamline. As you see, I go right into the photos. There's my one. And then I am going to, as I mentioned, focus on details for the remaining ones. Oh, did I click off? Oh, I think I'm still around. Ooh, clicking buttons here. There we go. 4 photos. All right, let me just bring you guys back. Okay, there we go. And then the fifth one, another one just overall. There we go. There's my 5 photos. And I mean, you can take extra. So these are just photos to, keep the bidders entertained. Like some people just like to keep browsing, things like that, a lot. So just some extra fluff. Perfect. That's it. Next. Here is, so now let's go back to the legacy models. You know how I mentioned there was photo only mode, manual, and smart cataloging. Okay. You want photo only? You would click on save and create another lot. You just did photos right now. That's photo only mode. You want manual, where you're going to put in the titles and descriptions. Some people still like that. You would click save and edit lot. You want the smart cataloging. You want the new seamless flow where everything is easy and, it's rainbows and Skittles. Then you're going to stick with automatically create lot, and you're going to see why. Okay, so let me just double check. I don't have any questions here. Don't want to get too far ahead. Okay, perfect. No questions. Okay, so you want to follow the recommended flow. Let's go ahead. Automatically create lot. Now let's keep moving. Create another lot. We're going to let the AI do its thing in the background. There's no need for me to be waiting, wondering what's happening. I'm going to keep moving. All right, so let's do another lot. Going to go away from the camera and find more lots. Now, I'm going to show you a new feature as well if you want to use it. I'm going to tell the AI some extra information. Working. Needs cleaning. All right, so now I added some extra information. You're going to see what it did after. I'll show you. But again, we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep doing the automatically create lots. We're still moving. Okay, create another lot. Again, for that one, it'd be easier if all the titles were showing and all that. But again, it's just to show you guys how it works. Automatic create lot. And again, we're going to keep moving. Create another lot and so forth, right? Basically, what you're doing is you're going through the entire location, just taking your photos. There's some unique or niche items that you want to add more information to. Use a microphone. Tell the AI if there's measurements. Take your measurements first. Normally, how some of my partners work is that they have the lead cataloger where they go tagging, creating lots. Then they have a second person measuring. And then finally, when they come back, they have all the information ready. The group's created, lots ready to go with measurements. And that's, so basically, you're taking photos of the couch. You're going to be saying, this is, 20 by 30 by 40. You're going to tell it. No need to be writing things down. You might still want to write some things down, but no need to type anything out these days. Let the AI do everything. Okay, that's basically it, right? You take your photos, you're good, you're happy, and now you're going to go back off-site, maybe back to the office, maybe back home, somewhere where you can relax and now get all the cataloging done. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Whoops. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here. And I'm gonna start sharing my laptop. And now let me just find the correct one. I think that's what I did. I did close it. That's what I was doing. Okay, let me go back. Okay, now I'm gonna share my screen. Share screen, make sure I have you on the right one. Screen one, is that you? Screen. Yep, that is you. Okay, perfect. I got you over here now. So this is what the app looks like on your browser. If I click on manage my sales, as you can see, there's my options, there's the address. If I go to settings, all just ignore this part, but there is all of that information. And that's where you can, you can join an auction. One thing I will mention, if you want to put in your payment details, it lives under the settings of your profile. That's your own payment info. So you would just click on payment details, and then you're gonna go through the entire process. You can do this on your phone too, on the app. Put in the details there so you can get paid. Okay, so let's go back to the fun part. Here it is. Here is the catalog I was just working on. If we go down, here is the lots that I just did. See, 6, 7, 8, 9. The reason why I have these extra ones is because I want to show you how fast and simple it is. So let's pretend that I did all of this just now. I didn't for the second time, but let's pretend I just did. So now I'm going to click on the first one. And look at that. There is the information. Sony PS220 stereo turntable. And you're wondering, well, how do we know this is accurate? Good question. So we go back here. Oh, look at that. We already have the photo there. The AI used it to analyze all of this. And there's 4 photos. So we know that it only has 4 photos to use. I mean, you could add a couple more. But at the end of the day, if you capture everything in 4 photos, that's fine. So as you can see, there it is. Okay, so everything is good, not tested. I will say, if you can test your electronics, it's gonna, change from a couple hundreds to a few thousand. And if it only takes a few minutes, put those minutes in there because it makes a difference. Okay, so you're gonna click approve attribute. So for the sake of time, let's say that you're reviewing and everything is correct. Of course, you're going to have a better idea of the items. If a team did it, I would have a quick look at the photos. All right, cool. Let's go back. Handheld video game console. There's a Sega. There's a Nintendo. Yes, Game Boy Advance, Sega Game Gear. Yes, yes, yes. All that good stuff. Cool. And there is a game card. There is a game included. You see how it caught that? I mean, you can barely see it though, but I mean, ideally this person would have taken it out and taken the photo. Would have been easier, but would have been better for the photos, and also the AI would have captured the game. But there it is. So let's keep moving. There we go. Yamaha, yeah, it's all cool stuff. Keep moving. So basically, you're making sure everything is accurate. And that's the reason why we left this part manual, because you still want to give it that human touch. At the end of the day, this is going to be, anywhere from 97 to 99% accurate. We're worried about that 1% that might not be. So if, it's speakers, but somehow it picked up a car, we don't want to be listing it as a car. That's why, again, just give it that human touch. So these I already know because this is what I own, so I can quickly go through it, make sure everything's look good. Yes, yes, good, good. Oh, we'll uncheck that because Logitech, perfect. All right, approved. Yeah, there it is. Portal, yes, 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 yes. Why? There it is. Tested and working. There it is. You see how it is. I said, remember how I was talking to it? Needs cleaning. Working. So at the end of the day, I didn't have to say working. The AI is smart enough to capture the lights and see that it worked. So, I probably shouldn't have said that just so you guys could see the accuracy, but there it is. We go to the next one. Gaming controllers, Sony Steel Series. Yes, all of that is good. Not tested. Okay, cool. Tells you how many items. There it is, the books. Again, it probably didn't pick up the corner ones because I didn't do a good job taking photos or setting it up. But again, just to give you an idea, it gives you a rough quantity. English, they are all English. They are a mixed lot. What did it give us? Nonfiction. Yeah, that's true. Self-help. I do have some. Yeah, I'm a sucker for mystery. Fiction. Yep. All that. There is a hardcover in there, but it was at the very corner. So there's that. So again, proper photos, good lighting, all of that helps. One thing I keep telling my partners is that if there's you're in a location where it doesn't have the best lighting, honestly, get one of those Amazon little lights. I mean, you're gonna look a little silly, but it's only about $15-20, but it makes a difference when you actually need the lighting, and the lighting will show the condition of the items, those little scratches that are barely visible. It makes a difference. And then that way you don't have to add any extra info to it because it's already capturing everything. All right, so approved. There we go. And one thing I forgot to cover, which I just realized, is category. Oh, actually, that would have been covered with the process, but I'm going to cover it with you guys anyways. A, B, and C. A, anything you can pick up and grab. Pick up, grab. A. B, anything that might need you need to pack. The buyer needs to pack, wrap and pack. B. C, furniture, couch, desk, chairs. That's basically the easiest way to think about it. A, B, and C. Don't overthink it. Forget about the rest. A, lights. B, things that are medium size or need to be packed. C, furniture or large items. Okay, perfect. So you're happy with everything, and you're thinking like, okay, so maybe you have a client. Maybe you have a client that you want to share the catalog with, but you don't want them to have full access. Just turn on the allow public access. And then you go back. There's the link. And this is what your client can see. They can see all the photos, all that good stuff. That's there. Perfect. All right. So what else here? Let me see here. So we're happy. Everything is looking good. We're ready to go. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, if you're not getting paid, someone else's, you would click on payment details, invite a pay. Here's you put your client or whoever is going to be receiving the proceeds of this auction. John Doe. Well, you get it. You add their email, their phone number, and they're going to get a link with the link to the portal, an ID, which is their email, and a code. That way they can come in. They come in. They go into settings, payment details. So each account will have their own payment information. Don't mix yours with your clients. If you have a client and you're logged into your own account, don't come back to happening here. Don't go to settings on your account and put your client's info. That will get messy. You don't want that. You want them to have their own payment account and for security purposes as well. If you're in the States, for the W-9 or not the W-9, for the taxes that we would send you if you make a certain amount for your location, all of that for the IRS and all that good stuff. So that's why you want to keep it separate. Okay, so we're happy. We're ready to go. We're ready to publish our auction. So I'm gonna just ignore this part, generate some dummy lots. All right. Now we have our auction. Now we have 30 lots all of a sudden. Normally you want to keep anywhere from 60 plus. Publish. Let me just double check here. No questions. Perfect. You're gonna select your 4 images. You want to pick a variety of items. Likely the most valuable as well, the most eye appealing. All right, I don't even know what that is, but it's getting in there. Now you're going to set your dates. Click on the little calendar. We can't open the same day but we can open the following day. So let's say we're opening Thursday, we're gonna run it for 8 days. So we're gonna close it on Friday. We'll have the pickup on Sunday. Click next. Now, what time do I want to start it? Let's say I want to start at 9:30. The more team members or people you have assisting, the shorter the time that you'll need for the pickup. Mind you, mine is already very small auction. That's why it's already giving me a very small window, an hour and a half. But let's say I have 2 people working the pickup. Now it's an hour. You're gonna see a bigger difference when it's a larger auction. Okay, perfect. Click next. I don't have my payment information in, so it's just a warning. It's not going to stop you from launching. We just need your payment information or your clients eventually. The funds are not going anywhere until we have the client or your information. Next, publish catalog. Click it. It will send it off to our editors. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. We'll do the marketing. We'll do all the paid ads. We'll do all the card processing, all of that good stuff. Now, it's time for the pickup. This one's very short. We're almost at time. So let's say pickup is, the auction is done. Pickup is happening in a couple of minutes. All right, well, let's get started. Let me just pick one here. Okay, so let's say your auction, this is your auction. You see your metrics and you're ready for your invoice to host the buyers. They're all going to have their little invoice either on the phone or paper. And all you need to do is either on the app or on portal, click on view invoices. This is the default, waiting for buyer. It's waiting for you to mark it if it went through, if there's no show or something, whatever it may be. So let's say Sean Henry comes. Like, hello, here's my invoice. It's usually good just to see their last 4 digits. It's like, all right, ending with 400. Sean Henry, yep, perfect. All right, I see here that you bought the flat pack picture frames. Here you go. He grabs it. He's good. Perfect. All good. Marked as picked up. Let's keep moving. So we go back. As you can see, picked up. Now, you keep going, so let's say Jackson came in, or maybe it's at the end of the pickup. Well, I hope Jackson made it because it's a big invoice, but let's say he didn't. You're going to mark him as no-show. That's going to let us know that David Jackson is not there. Where is he? Right? So that's how you mark it, right? Let's say there's only 30 minutes left for pickup, and you're like, okay, where is this David Jackson guy? So what you do, click on chat, talk to a human, you give your name, mention your, gotta get my email too in case they want to get in touch with me. I'm a seller. There we go. They're going to connect me to a human. I'll say invoice. I'm going to grab the invoice number, 2372404. Where is he? Pickup is about to be done in 30 minutes. So this is going to get our support team on the phone, figure out where David Jackson is. So we'll leave that to the side. So while you're going through the pickup and you're thinking, all right, I just want to see who's left for pickup. You're going to click on all statuses, waiting for buyer. And ideally at this time, you're not going to see everything. You're only going to see the ones that haven't picked up. That's it. And you're done. And let's say Joshua, something was wrong with his stamp album. Whatever it may be, something was wrong with it. And you're like, okay, sorry, Joshua. Does 10% of what you paid sound fair to you? Joshua's, yes, perfect. You're going to click on report an issue, lot specific, stamp album. Let's say lot miss catalog, partial refund, 10%. Whoops, 10%. Oh, that's weird. There we go. 10% and send report. This will let us know that Joshua is going to get 10%. Let's see what our team is doing. Hi, thanks for them. Was on my mails off here. Okay. Well, there it is. And that's our team. You could give them the ID, which is right here. And that's it. And you're all done. Payment takes about about a week after the pickup, give or take. Actually, it's probably a little less, but we do mention that give us up to 14 business days. But again, it doesn't take very long. If you're on let's say your pickup is today, you're most likely going to be getting paid by Friday, not this Friday, the following Friday. Okay, that wraps our webinar for the Maxsold tools. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your customer success, your agent support. They'll be able to help you, and I look forward to seeing your future auctions. Okay, thank you very much. Take care, guys.